everyone, my name is Miranda, and today I am here to do a very special review because I am here to review Furthermore, which is the new book by Tahereh Mafi, who wrote Shatter Me, of course. And Shatter Me, I really love the writing style. It wasn't my favorite series in particular, but I just loved her writing style. And Furthermore, obviously, is very different in very many aspects. First of all, it's a middle grade book instead of teen and young adult, which is no issue. I don't have any problem reading with that. Some of my favorite books are middle grades. Hello, Percy Jackson, I'm talking to you. And she also, of course, is changing the writing style because the writing style is unique to Juliet and her characterization. So we'll have those things like she says something that's crossed out, like that's not happening here. So Furthermore is really a complete jump to another world for this author and for fans of Shatter Me, because now we're getting to see her next writing and her new story, and I was super excited for it. First of all, this cover is gorgina. Like, I love it so much. It's just so colorful and so beautiful, and I think it's really eye-popping. I really like too is that it's a cover that actually tells you the story. Like, there's a lot happening, but all these things happen in the story, so it's not just like when you have a cover and it's like, oh, they go out to the ocean and they get stranded, so let's put a boat. I'm like, no, they lost the boat like on page 5. We need something else. But this really captures the story. And the story is about this magical world called Fernwood, where magic is just kind of like an everyday thing. But it's not exactly like Harry Potter, because you can literally like buy magic. You can be like, I have 2 pennies, and someone will give you a thing that can make it so you can turn your hair green with like a finger or something like that. So it's a different world. It's very unique. And our main character, Alice, is a 12-year-old girl who was born into the world with no color, and this is a very colorful world, so she definitely sticks out. And her father, who was kind of like her only friend in the world, she doesn't really get along with her mom or her younger brothers, he disappeared 3 years ago, and she's getting more and more desperate to find him because she wants to be able to feel happy and to connect again. She just doesn't feel like she belongs here anymore if her father isn't here. So at the start of the book, she's getting ready for this day called the surrender that all the kids have, where basically they have to give up a talent, show it, and then the elders of the city will inscribe them with a task they have to do. And once they do that task, they get to go on to upper school and kind of learn to train and do all these fun stuff. Alice has hit this age, and as she's preparing for this, she also has her father on her mind, because her father was one of the best champions at completing his task, because he had to go into this world, this scary world called Furthermore, where magic is kind of just completely twisted and turned from what they know. Like, up is down, down is up, right is left. Everything is just so topsy-turvy, and her father's job was to go out and find this place and map it for everyone, and he did it. So she's really feeling the pressure. Like, she wants to show everyone that she's cool, she's special, and she belongs here just as much as everyone else does. And as this is happening, this boy named Oliver, who she does not like at all because they didn't get along when they were younger, he comes and asks her for help with his task because he's having issues with it. And they end up going on an adventure into Furthermore to try and find her father, because Oliver believes he is stuck there and needs help getting back. So it's a really twisted kind of magical world, and overall I just have to say, it pains me to say this, but like, I just didn't enjoy it that much. I feel like I know what this book is trying to do. This book is trying to be like the next Night Circus, the next Circus Mirandus, the next Maggie Stiefvater or Alice in Wonderland. Like, it's just trying to be different and fantastical and really cool and just kind of like blowing your mind. But mostly I was just really confused by everything that was going on. I mean, it could have just been me being like stupid, but like, I just didn't get the things that were happening sometimes. Like, nothing felt like, oh my gosh, like jaw-dropping or anything. I just felt like, okay, this is really just, I don't get it. Like, it's super weird. I have to give credit to Tahereh for coming up with such amazing ideas, because it is literally 2 amazing worlds that she has created, but for me they just didn't work. And I think the biggest problem I have with this book is that I didn't like Alice at all. She's selfish, she's whiny, she's naggy. There's even like verbatim points where she gets mad for Oliver for knowing more than she does. She's like, I should be the hero of my own story. Why does he get to do everything? And it's not even like it's one of those moments where like she's just being super whiny. It's like, I should be the hero, like a realization. She's literally like, this is so unfair. I should be the hero. And I'm just like, and like, I don't know. She goes through a lot of growth in this book, obviously, so like, you're meant to kind of not like her in the beginning, but she doesn't go through nearly enough for me. Like, towards the end, she still is that kind of just like, I need to be the best, I need to be loved, I need to know that like I can stand on equal footing with everyone, and that's like fine, but like, know your limits. Like, know when someone's trying to help you and don't be like, oh, you're just trying to look smarter than me. Like, no, they're actually trying to help you and make sure you don't get yourself killed. And like, even after she messes up a few times, which is understandable because that could have been a learning lesson for her, she still doesn't get it. So that was like super annoying for me, that I'm like, everyone's trying to help you, Oliver especially, and like, you're just holding these grudges and holding this like idea of like, I'm the best one, so you can't get along with him. So I really didn't like Alice, and the book was kind of all downhill from there. I don't know if this is a standalone or a series. It wrapped up kind of on an end note, but I feel like there also could be more in this series. And then also another thing I forgot to mention that I really didn't like about this book is the way it's set up, because it's like the narrator is someone we don't know. It's almost like it's Tahereh herself being like, I have something to tell you, kids, but like, I didn't really like it, because like, it would just be like random parts where they meet someone and someone's like, I have a story to tell you, and then instead of us like actually hearing the story, it's like the narrator would jump in and be like, now friends, I will tell you the story as it happened. And I just really didn't like that. I thought, okay, maybe like the narrator, it was gonna like come full circle and it would be a character we know in the book, so maybe it would be if there's more books in the series, but for now I was just left like really confused, because it just seemed like not sloppy, not really lazy, but just kind of like writing that you should have grown out of. Like, your writing should be more mature than that when you've written 3 books and now this is your 4th book. Like, it just felt like a very kind of unexperienced writer thing to do, so I don't know. I didn't really like it. I ended up giving it 1 out of 5 stars. I would still highly recommend you check it out because it is different and everyone likes different books, so just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you won't. And the cover is gorgeous, and I have to say the end did kind of bring it around for me. Like, I was satisfied with the end. It's just that Alice I could not like at all. So those are my thoughts on the book. Furthermore, if you have read it or are planning to read it, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel down below to be able to make all sorts of new videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!